Well, we're live, but Planet Crafter isn't up yet. Yeah, we'll get there. All right. Now I have to remember where everything is at in this space. Should be fun. Oh, I don't have the pinning. Well, that ain't good. Well, there's no everyone here but me, James. And I'm playing in a base I haven't played in for a while, so I'm a teensy bit lost. Oh, I remember where that's at now. Two aluminum and an obsidian. Hi, Darlene. How are you? Let's be perfectly honest. I felt like playing something, so I did. And I am. And no finer reason than to stream a bit. On the plus side, there are also no empty spacesuits everywhere. Oh, oh. I, I gotta say, I love Big Dave like a brother for as much as it, at first it irritated me, and now I laugh about it. But it might also be good to act a little irritated. Knowing my luck, there's 3 concurrent viewers, you two and somebody else. He's the third one, and he just heard that. And I'm okay with it. Having been in the military and around other people that are in the military, you don't cut your friends any slack when you're in the military, and so what goes around comes around. You got to give a little to get a little, and he. All I can say is Dave has earned his way with me, and now what was I going to do? I was going to build a tier 5 heater because that's okay. I just have the pinning thing, but I don't have it on my belt yet. That's what the problem is. And for as much as I think I know what I'm doing, there are days I don't. Okay, well, I still want to make that 3 superalloy, 2 iridium rod, and I've got an explosive powder on me. I feel reasonably certain that Darlene knows this. This is my go-to game. It suits my physical limitations. And I play a whole heck of a lot of it, so... Now, how do I want to do this? Whoop. See if I can do this. I want to drop. Oh, that's not the big one. I'm getting the wrong thing. Oh, I need 2 more explosive powders and 2 more superalloy rods. Well, let's try this again. And it's raining inside. Always fun. Fertilizer, explosive powder, and boom. Ooh. Something you don't see very often. Ship going up. Oh my. That's big. Yeah, you got all of them. Excellent. Oh, so did you all have a good Sunday? And James, I don't know if you're a dad, but did you have a good Father's Day? If you are, let me see here. I have to admit I had a pretty good Father's Day. Talked to all the kids and everything was pretty good, I have to say. Is that a 1200% tree that's just sitting here? Yes, yes it is. thing I don't like about using a controller is it always puts the menu up. Super alloy, bacteria, tree bark, 2 fertilizers, and a zeolite. Oh, nope. Got the wrong thing. Two fertilizers and a zeolite. Okie dokie. And we just happen to have it. And a tree bark. Well, tree bark was over there. There's tree bark. Somebody named it tree seeds. Okay, where's the zeolite? It's upstairs. Hello, Wolf Cub. How are you, sir? Hope you're having a good day. Just doing a little impromptu streaming. Ah, there's zeolite. Skyrim, I can give extra armor to fellow NPCs and armor mannequins. Ah. I have never played Skyrim. Had to use my garbage sale find to justify the $5 purchase. An old dictionary. Huh? I have to admit, now that I've retired, I do like going to thrift shops and get a lot of well-worn but usable tech. Uh-oh. Off work until Monday. Heck yes. James, I feel your pain. I'm college educated and I can't spell to save my life. But it's all okay. What do I want to do to make all of this go a little faster? We've already got farms. Garbage sale sometimes sounds equal to garage sale. Blow it all up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess I've always been a sucker for a good sale. I used to go to flea markets when I was younger. Still have a nickel silver clarinet I bought. Good grief, that was before me and my first wife got married. We were dating, that was, 81 or 82. And the charge port died. I feel for you. I was telling my wife the other day, just yesterday I think, that I've developed floaters in both eyes. Don't see as well as I once did. And I used to work on laptops with, very little tiny pieces and screws and stuff in them. It just drives me nuts. But I can't see. Oh. Phones are nearly the devil these days. Yeah. Yeah, I have to admit I have a nice Apple phone that I use, but I also have an iPad. When I just don't feel like reading something that small, I can still do it, but yeah, it's not my favorite. I do like an iPad, but I wish they operated more like a phone, and Apple don't see fit for it to be that way. But we make do. Heck, I'm a tech head. I've got enough computers around here to choke a horse. Had to pull it out and polish the glasses. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could take my eyes out and clean them up. The floaters in them are, it's something different. You got something in your field of vision and you can't do a thing about it. But I will say I wanted eye wash. My wife accidentally bought me lubricating eye drops. And I said, well, I'm going to use them anyway. We bought them fair and square. Yeah, good thing horses are herbivores, yeah. And lubricating eye drops have actually helped quite a little bit. I'm a little surprised at how good my eyes feel. I don't need to go back through there. There ain't nothing but zeolite. This ain't nothing but osmium. Let me make sure that I got that. Okay. There's usually a gold chest laying there that I have gotten. Sometimes your brain will, ignore them, and I haven't had them for long. One I've had for about a year, and the other one I've had for about 6 months. I got both of them when I bent over to pick stuff up. I can't remember it was Thanksgiving of last year that I got one of them. And then the other one was spring of this year, so it hasn't been a year. It's been a little less than that, but yeah, one of them I picked up a seat that I was buying for a car out of a junkyard. Dropped it on the ground accidentally, bent over to pick it up, and I noticed driving home, it was that my vision was very food up. But that's all right. I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm stubborn as a mule. Let me see. All other things being equal, what would give us the most? bang for our buck. That's heat and pressure, and then hello, country lady. You caught me. I want to know why this little thing isn't working like it. Oh, that's the map microchip. You got the wrong thing, goofy. That's why it's not working. Blueprint pinning. That's what I want. Aluminum, osmium, super alloy, cobalt, magnesium. Aluminum. Super alloy. Magnesium. The Webster's from 1955. Oh, I need another cobalt and osmium. Keep forgetting that I've got to put those things on me to pin the recipe, because I'm a dummy. BSers with a doctorate. Oh. All I have is a bachelor's. I understand that. Okay, what am I doing here? I think I have enough for 3. And I've already got ones down here. Let's do something different. Whoop. That's not going to let me do it. Oh, it is. Woo! Do I still have stuff on me? Oh, one on me. What am I concentrating on building right now? James, you haven't been around enough to know that I will admit this. I'm a mess. I don't know what I'm doing from one moment to the next. Uh, quite frankly, I'm just in here playing because I felt like playing. And it's funny. I really enjoy streaming. It has a human component to it, talking to you guys, that I find just a heck of a lot of fun. And quite frankly, I'm just concentrating on being here. You know, it's the people that make this fun. The game, I've played the game. Uh, I just went over 600 hours in the game since, you know, way before version 1 release. And uh, what am I trying to do? Uh, Nothing of any great importance. Ooh, excuse me. That was unpleasant. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, uh, that's the icing on the cake for me. I mean, the human connection is so much fun. Yeah. Fertilizer, super alloy, and 2 waters. Okie doke. You know, I've been a half bubble off level or a little bit stranger, call it what you will, all my life. I never have felt like I fit into any place well. I was always a geeky kid, and you know, that's something that you know, fitting in, making a human connection means a great deal to me. I mean, let's be blunt. I was an alcoholics kid. Nobody at school probably knew, but in my 10-year-old mind, it was. I thought everybody knew my dad was a drunk, and you know that's a stigma that was really hard to overcome. There's stuff like that in Skyrim. They made fishing functional. There's some quest involving fishing, but it's a break from all the combat, like crafting. I can't play anything that attacks me. I have a problem with my left arm, hand, and shoulder from arthritis that if it's attacking me, I really don't play it. And if I do, I've got somebody with me. I never play anything like that alone. Um, I hate to say this. This is too much like work. My hobby is working on computers and has been for years and years and years. I'll buy them broke off the internet, and this one I'm playing on right now that I bought for $50 is You know, I just keep adding to. I really need to string all of my best parts together and get one decent computer out of it. Because this is not the very best one. Okay, where am I going to put this? Down here somewhere. Yeah, I get it. I was a pretty backwards kid. I wasn't into sports, and you know, uh, for as much as I had a dad, I didn't have a dad to teach me. You know, what do you do? Act to you, too, Mr. Mayhem. We're okay, doing better than what I thought. I have to say, though, being in the Air Force was probably one of the better things that happened to me. Mayhem James knows where's that come from, but I didn't. Uh, but yeah, being in the military was, you know, sometimes felt like I fit. Can't say I had a great career. I was an average airman. And, you know, wow. $52,217 Terra tokens. I see what's happening. I almost think I could take these food growers and do away with them, and those are tier 2s. So it would be, what would we be getting back? That's grow food faster, but 114 plants per second. 9. I was more of a tomboy, enjoyed hunting and fishing. I wasn't. Still am not a girly girl. Not into the whole fingernails and fancy clothes and all that stuff. Oh, heck. I was, in my teenage years, I could have sung alto in the church choir. My voice was so high. And So I know about sticking out and not fitting into social norms and such. James, my wife is from Minnesota, not toward Fargo, but yeah, that oh yeah thing is a thing in Minnesota. Uh, Wonderful people, though, really good folks. Really, really good folks. I remember the first time I went up there, I got off the plane and met my mother-in-law for the first time, and she said, "Oh, you have such a cute accent." And me, being smart aleck that I am, said, "I don't talk funny, you guys do." She pretty much left me alone. I have to admit, though, she was very, very good to me. That was in the 2000s when they had just come out with all the specialty quarters. She walked up to me with a Delaware quarter in her hand. And the Delaware quarter has a horse and rider on the back of it. Said, "Do you know what kind of horse that is?" And it was like, I just looked at her and went, "No." She said, "It's a quarter horse." And it took me forever for that to register in my brain. And I kind of figured, but holy smokes, do they use it that much? The answer is yes. Yes. Something else, when my wife and I first got married, I would call it a casserole. She would call it a hot dish. And that's no lie and no exaggeration. And I told her, I said, if you find something about hot dish in Betty Crocker's cookbook, I'll leave you alone about it, because I was giving her a pretty good bit of stick about it. And we opened up Betty Crocker's cookbook, because Betty Crocker is from where? Minneapolis, St. Paul, right there in the Twin Cities. Not one word in the Betty Crocker cookbook about hot dish. Oh my Lord, too funny. And yeah, that oh yeah thing is a thing, and it does happen. And they're good people, though. James, funny enough, um, I can actually understand people from the UK a lot better, because a lot of people from the southeastern United States came from uh, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, and the southern accent is an offshoot of that accent. So, I, my ear, I can hear it, but that's all from being from East Tennessee. So, I keep thinking food's over there, and it's not. It's over here. Yeah, I have to admit, Joro, you occasionally will see him in the mornings, and I game some together, and started talking about being from Yorkshire, and I said, describe it to us Americans, because we don't know. And he started describing it, and I said, sounding more like West Virginia all the time. Love the guy. Beautiful human. Uh, Super good person. I think, other than the fact that, do I need any of this? Probably not. But here we are. And I'm going to brag for just a second on country lady, I asked her this morning to show us her and her brother's base in Planet Crafter, and she did. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. A lot of good people in our online community. Yes, there really are. Her and her brother's base was a sprawling complex on Planet Humble that was rather good. I was blown away by how orderly it was laid out and how just the absolute size of it was. It was enormous. It's funny. There's so many people that are so much better than this at this game than I am, but I keep playing. That is production fuses. That is production fuses. Okay. I almost got together a golf game, but I didn't know whether I'd be able to find anybody that would want to play. I was kind of sorry I missed playing golf yesterday, but sometimes you gotta. I think I know what's up here. Yep, that's the same thing I put out over there. Whoa. What golf game? Golf with friends is what I usually play if I play golf. We used to play it every Friday, but I'm kind of giving it a rest. Okay, well, I think we've got enough food coming in from other sources that we really don't need these. I'm glad you liked it. Our base on Slaney isn't that great yet. It's still a work in progress. I'm for avoiding crawling around under the house, but I can't afford a plumber. I know how to do the basics of plumbing. I am not good at it. And if you'll notice, I'm taking these seeds out and everything is still staying in there. Yeah, those three are. And I'm getting food out of them too. That's way backwards. Yeah, when we moved into the house we're in, I redid all of the commodes in both of the bathrooms, and one of the mounting plates broke on me, and I did the best I could to repair it, and I got that same commode stopped up and had to call a plumber. He fixed it for me and he unstopped the darn thing, but I spent a cool $1,000 in one fell swoop from stopping up the toity. It was not fun. And I think there's something wrong with the pipe that goes to that bathroom, but seeds, plant seeds. Oh, that's food seeds, maybe? Crazy Mini Golf Courses, I think. Is that the right one? There's a couple of them. One is called Golf It, and the other one is called Golf with Your Friends. Golf It isn't as fun. Yesterday was the last day Darius was going to do golf with friends for a while. I think they may play 7 Days to Die starting next Saturday. Food, honey, eggplant. There's got to be seeds around here somewhere. Food seeds. Oh, that's not a seed. That's a mushroom. Maple trees, ruined sewer lines is a thing that quickly run into the thousands. Yeah. Oh, you're not kidding. That was a thing in East Tennessee when I was growing up. Saw people having problems with seeds and trees in a suburban house. Yeah, absolutely. I think I saw eggplant over here. Mutagen beans, mushrooms, honey, eggplants. Full. And I don't know that I have a shredder here in this base. Well, I didn't play either. I watched the last of it because my back told me I was done cleaning for the day. I understand that. I have to say, if it was up to me and not my back, I'd probably be under a car someplace working on it. I really miss it, but yeah, my back said no. I don't think I need those, but the fertilizer was going to be a good addition to everything. There's Golf with Friends, EA Golf, probably a ton more used to enough Sega Golf, fun group game. The last golf I played before I started playing Golf with Friends was a Microsoft golf game that I played with my dad. 05 maybe, when I was doing the roof on my house and they came down to help. And there ain't nothing there, so all the water. Yeah, if I could do anything I wanted, not be worried about my back squalling at me, I'd probably, like I said, be out working on a car or truck or something. I do miss it. Yeah, Sega Genesis. Never had a Genesis, and don't ever remember playing a Genesis system. They're impressive, though. They were, honestly, for the time, one of the better hardware systems. It just didn't sell good. I tripped, stumbled over a stool, and tweaked my back a little trying to keep myself from hitting the floor. So that didn't help either. Oh, absolutely. Here, it was probably 3 months ago now. I walked in the back door from walking the dog, went to lean down to take his leash off, got off balance, and strained myself by trying to stay upright so I didn't fall in the middle of my living room floor. And it was just like, yeah, don't do that. I'd have done better had I've just fallen. I put myself in a tremendous amount of pain for a couple of days. What else am I doing? We've got iron, I'm sure. I would just have to find it. Rods, fabric, pulsar quartz, magnetar quartz. How much fabric is in there, and what does the demand? Yeah, mold is not a good thing. Lowest, very low, low, normal, high, very high, highest, and 4 and 5. And that'll fill before the rocket will go out, so. It almost makes me sneeze just thinking about it. Maybe baby get in a car for a year, fix it. Yeah, it very well might. Gonna go put some more drills out. Just gonna do it. Humble alpha tablets or capsules are really helpful to me. And the worst part about allergies here in Texas is it affects my eyes. It's just, my eyes have really been, come on, fly. You got a jetpack, might as well use it. Ah, okay. Whew. That was loud. Oh, and I'm out. Okay. Yes, we are. I just haven't scheduled it yet because I got the itch to come over here and do this. And you can only schedule one at a time. And we're right at the hour mark right now. Yes, we are streaming in the morning. 8 to 9:30, going to be on the moon's update. This is merely just a distraction. Or let me put it to you this way, country lady. I'm going to be there. Now, Dave probably will be. I haven't seen him to talk about it, but yeah, it's been what I've done on Mondays. So that works for me. How many super alloy did I use doing that? Quite a bit. Let me see just how many explosive powders I have. I think I can come up with enough of the other stuff to build one more of those, and then I think I'm going to call it a night. I was about to jump on and start a new game and start on Selenia, but then I realized it was after 8:30 and I have to work tomorrow. Yep. I have to say, country lady, I think you're a gamer at heart. I almost invited you to come get on this one with me, but I knew that you had to work tomorrow, so I wasn't gonna, didn't want to take up your time. Well, it's storming. That's the one thing that I don't like about using a controller is they can be a real pain in the butt when it comes to placement. And that's still covering that. Let me see. I'm beginning to believe that myself. I never thought I would be into gaming, but I'm beginning to enjoy it. Of course, that has a lot to do with all you guys. She's a gamer. She just masquerades as somebody who works for the power company. everything seems to be working well. We're a little bit flat on power there, but you know I would have jumped in and played. Yes, I know, but I also know that, like I said, you're working tomorrow and it's your weekend, and I didn't want to take up any more of your time than I had to. I'd already taken some up yesterday morning. I could stand for. James, I understand that. Yeah, I'm retired, and it will really adjust your time not to have any place to go or anything to do. Uh, oh, hell, tier 2 animal food already? Excellent. Must be doing something right. Extraction platform at 4, solar system screen at 4.15, and interplanetary travel rocket. Animal spreader rocket at 70, and I'm almost there. Harvesting robot at 75. I'm not worried about frog eggs. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. I want to see what that last thing is. Tier 1 animal food. Genetic extractor, butterfly farm, intrajewel eggs, and a tier 4 jetpack. I'm working toward retirement. It all depends upon what happens at work at the end of the year, how long I have left to work. Yeah, I understand that. I didn't plan on retiring this early. It just kind of happened in such a way that I had a job run out and my arthritis was getting worse all at the same time, and I got an increase in my VA disability, and we looked over our finances and decided we could do it, without me working, and I have been pretty happy with it. There are no critters on this planet, James. I can tell you that. We don't have any as of yet. This game did not get as far fleshed out as the Moon's update. Would love to at least drop back to part-time. I'm tired, just plain tired. Yes. Heck, I spend most of my days that if I'm not working on computers or streaming or doing something on YouTube, I'm walking. And we walk 2 to 3 miles a day, every day. Times that we don't do it are when it's cold. And that's really helped. My back issues, most people who have spinal stenosis and back problems, it gets better when they sit down and aggravates them when they walk. And I'm the opposite. It gets worse the longer I sit. It loosens up as I walk. So. Well, okay then, folks. I think I am going to leave this here. And this is a game that I'll eventually finish, but I usually just play it to be playing it. Dave did help build a whole lot of this. There is a base. Back over there, that green dot is Dave's base. And Icy's been in here because there's her place. And I think Country Lady's been in here a time or two and turned into a crate. So, but, okay, folks, I'm going to leave it here. And I'm going to say thank you for being here. And I appreciate it. for showing up, and I'm getting ready to schedule tomorrow morning's stream right now when I get off of this. I have to say, having arthritis, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. That is for sure. All right, later, Mayhem. Later, country lady. James, hope you have a good night. Hope your plumbing situation gets better. All right, you all have a good one.